Hi Seahawks! I came in last week to check out the different precautions that have been put into place here when we returned to campus on August 31st. I had some concerns, so I wanted to check it out for myself. And I feel more comfortable about coming back to campus. So I talked with Student Services and they agreed that it would be great to make a virtual tour so that everybody can see what's been put into place. So today we're going to meet with President Kristof and Ms. Haviland from Student Services and take a tour of the campus. I hope it helps you feel better and that you learn a little bit along the way. I'm sitting down with our President Kristof right now, and she's going to talk to me about the changes that have been implemented here on campus. So when we return on August 31st, we're going to feel secure and safe. President Kristof, what can you tell me about the implementations that have been put into place for my safety and my fellow Seahawks?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you, Pauline, for doing this. I think it's a great opportunity to educate our students before they actually come back to campus. So I appreciate that. I do want to mention that we have a campaign going right now. It's called Seahawks Staying Safe and Smart. So our goal is to make sure we're bringing back our students safely and in a very smart and responsible way. So most of our students by now should have received their schedule and what that looks like when they return. We're coming back in a very staggered way, so there won't be too many students on campus at one time. So some classes will start at 8:30, some classes will start at 9:30, some 10, maybe even 1 or 2. So they start at different times in the afternoon, so it's staggered. So like I said, not too many students on campus at one time. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, the classroom sizes are going to be much smaller. So the classroom sizes are going to be 10 or less. So if a class size is 24 or 20, it'll be brought down to 10. If it's 18, we'll split it. Some classes are already small, so we'll leave those as is. And so we'll have students properly spaced in the classroom, which is exciting and smart. And we'll also have some sanitation stations in the classroom, meaning we'll have some sanitizer, we'll have gloves, we'll have wipes, we'll have extra masks and things like that.
I'm coming back on Monday from 9 to 11. But then I have fellow classmates that are coming back Monday afternoon. Can you tell me what's going to happen in the classroom in between? I've heard a rumor that it's going to be sanitized. Can you fill me in on that?
Yes, we do have extra porters, cleaning crew, that will be throughout the building, throughout the day, going in and sanitizing the classrooms and preparing for the next group to come in.
Oh, that is fabulous. I know that makes me feel better, and hopefully it's going to help some of my fellow Seahawks feel a little more reassured.
I hope so.
Great, thank you. I had another question. Oh, the computer labs and the computers in the library. I know that we're accustomed to coming in early and sitting down, and there's always a large group of people fighting to get a computer so that we can do our printing here on campus. How's that going to look for us in the future?
So we are limiting the number of students that will be entering the computer labs as well as the library. We currently have signs on computers that are not for use, so that I think we are allowing about 10 students at max. So I think we'll be in good shape there.
And how are those keyboards going to be cleaned and sanitized in between students?
Also the same, we will have porters throughout the campus, and they will be just constantly rotating and doing what they need to do. And also my hope is that everyone will take some responsibility in this as well. You know, we all want to be safe, we all want to be smart and be responsible.
Absolutely.
For spending time here. So as I said, there'll be sanitation stations everywhere. So, you know, if a student is using a keyboard and they're finished, maybe grab a wipe and wipe it down real quick.
Perfect.
And move on.
That's a great idea that there are going to be wipes available, that we can take that initiative and ownership on our own and wipe those down.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. And, oh, the bookstore. Can you tell me about the bookstore? I popped in the other night to get something and I noticed it wasn't open. So can you tell me, have the hours changed? Was that a fluke?
Yep, the hours have changed since we have not had students on campus, but we will be revisiting the hours again so that there's more accessibility for students in the bookstore. I know she does have a limit of students that can enter, and that sign is posted outside. I just don't recall off the top of my head what that number is. I want to say it's 5. But yes, the hours will get back to normal since we'll be having our normal hours again.
Great. And the restrooms, how are the restrooms going to be handled? I know that it's a concern for myself. You know, it's a small area, people got to go in between breaks, and we all generally take a break at the same time. How are restrooms going to be handled?
Restrooms, again, we're going to ask that our students are mindful and are using the 6 feet apart method, properly social distancing. I think as students, I think we can take that responsibility.
Absolutely.
And be cognizant of who is around you and how much space is in between you and your classmates.
Sure.
And so we're going to definitely ask the students to take responsibility there.
That's great.
But we do, again, we'll have porters going in and cleaning throughout the day.
Fabulous, that's wonderful. Now, I did just sitting here was thinking, we were discussing the bookstore and the hours. What about our evening class people? How is this new hybrid, this change of how we're returning to campus, how is that going to affect our evening Seahawks?
It's the same. They have also been given their schedule. We right now have a pretty low number of students that do attend in the evening, so it wasn't as difficult creating the staggered schedule. But it will be a staggered schedule as well for them, and they will have the same amenities as our day students.
President Kristof, I feel better. I'm ready to come back and get engaged and being a Seahawk on campus again. Thank you for your efforts. Definitely like the initiative of Seahawks staying smart and safe. Appreciate that very much, and all the efforts of the professors here on campus as well, and faculty.
Well, if you can't see the smile that's happening underneath this mask, it's big. So I can tell you that I'm really excited to start feeling our student energy back on campus. Really looking forward to it. We've missed all the students, we've missed you, and so we're really looking forward to seeing you again. So thank you for doing this today.
My pleasure. President Kristof, thank you so much for your time. I'd love to shake your hand, but it's not social distancing, so I can't do that. So I will just say thank you. I appreciate you taking time out of your effort, as you always do, to listen to your students. And next, Ms. Haviland and I are going to tour the campus and see all the new implementations. I'm currently talking with Ms. Haviland from Student Services about what the first day back to campus is going to look like.
Thanks, Pauline. And it's awesome to have a student ambassador that wants to talk about all the great things we're doing here at the campus to keep us safe. So the first thing that students will see whenever they come in is they'll need to get their temperature checked. So I'm sure they're used to these. Most medical offices as well as other facilities have them all over town. So they'll get their temperature checked, and then they'll get one of these cool Club Keiser bands.
Absolutely, look at that. Woo!
And so then after they do that, they can go to class. And one of the next things I think that we should check out is we should definitely look at the elevators. A lot of our students have really heavy books. They don't want to drag them up the stairs. So let's go check that out. So now we're limiting the elevators to 2 students at a time, just to keep them safe. And also you may notice that on the floors everywhere, just little reminders that we've got 6 feet distance between each person.
Ms. Haviland, I was speaking with Dawn yesterday because I wanted to find out what was happening in the library. I'm a library bookworm, so to speak. I love being in here hanging out. And she told me some of the new implementations. One thing that I think is really great is they have a UV light pen that they're going to use to disinfect the keyboards and the textbooks and all the magazines. So that's a wonderful thing that's being implemented. Also, she's emphasized that we are not to be reshoving books. Fellow Seahawks, I'm guilty. I put them back on where I get them as well. We're supposed to leave the books on the table or stick them on the cart so that the librarians know that they have been touched, and then they can go through and sanitize them. So that was a point that she expressed. Another one was at our tables, it's 2 students per table only. We're not to move the chairs because that lets the librarian staff know to come and disinfect in what areas that need to be cleaned. And she emphasized that the computers are going to be 3 to 4 students at a time.
And there shouldn't be any issue with access to computers on our campus because there's going to be so many less students than there typically are at one time that there should be access for everyone. Thank you, Pauline.
That is so good to hear because I know in the morning I'm often waiting to use a computer because I like the printing here on campus, and I know a lot of my fellow Seahawks enjoy that too. It's a great perk for being here on campus. We're here in the break room. another great hub of the Seahawk hangout on campus. I have a few questions for you because it looks pretty different. There's no chairs. What can you tell me about that?
So we took away the chairs to keep our students safe so that, they're not touching their chair, trying to move their chair all the time. And we also have additional porters that are going to be coming in here more times throughout the day to clean. You may also notice a lot more use of our vending machines because we will not have food service. But since the classes are only a couple hours, the students are only going to be on class a couple hours a day, they can easily go out and get something or go home and eat in the comfort of their home.
That's a really good point. Now, most of us, Ms. Haviland, really appreciate Subway. Is Subway going to be back on campus, or is that something that's on hold for a while?
There are no food vendors at this time.
Okay, none
at
all.
That was the best way to keep our Seahawks safe.
Okay, you heard that, Seahawks. No more Subway and no more Chef. We're on our own for a while. Now, with the vending machines, a lot of people are going to be touching and feeling and germ contamination. Can you tell me how that's going to be handled?
So like President Kristof said, we want to put the responsibility on our fellow Seahawks to make sure that they're using hand sanitizer and washing their hands. But we also have porters that are going to be coming on campus and cleaning the vending machines and all the tables every day, several times a day.
Now, I enjoy having lunch with my cohort out on the patio. I know we're only going to be here for 2 days, but 2 hours. But we do get those 15-minute breaks where we can just kind of hang out. Is the patio going to be opened that we can do that?
Sure. Yeah, everything will be open just as it usually is. You can spend your breaks wherever you'd like. Just stay 6 feet apart.
Awesome. You heard that, Seahawks. On sunny days, cohort 9 of dietetics, we're hanging out outside again, business as usual. Seahawks, I hope that this virtual tour helped to put your mind at ease and that you learned a little bit along the way. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your listening. If you see me on campus, say hi. See you later.